Every Thursday, 5 to 6.
Okay, we back live on Big Business Gang Radio. That was from The Hustle, from my man Stack B at Add Me Up Gang. From The Hustle. Now from The Hustle. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, bro? What's good?
Man, y'all can also catch them at $5 Sundays too. This Sunday performing. It's actually your release party. Yep, your release party. And you doing big things like what's going on, man? We got Add Me Up Gang in the building.
Got the gang here, dog. Gang. Yeah, we missing a couple.
Yeah, we missing Hustle. Oh yeah, shout out to Hustle. He couldn't be here today. And shout out to Ace from PSC. What's going on, fellas?
Yes, sir.
But man, let's get into this first. How did y'all come together as, Add Me Up Gang? Like, how did it happen? Who want to start first?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, for those who don't know, I'm one of the newest, additions to Add Me Up Gang, and it's a beautiful thing, Like, I talked to my man here, Cartier Tay. He liked, what I was doing as far as my music, and just asked me where was I going with it, or what was I trying to do with it, and the rest is history. I'm like, I'm down,
Stack, how did your journey lead you to Add Me Up Gang?
Hey, what's funny, before I was even Add Me Up Gang, I ended up coming into the Bullfrog, and it was a Cartier Tay party at the Bullfrog. I was coming there for my homeboy, DJ, who was that? DJ King David.
Okay.
They having a show. I had just missed it. It was your party. I think it was the release party for the Back to the Basics. You know what I'm saying? I ran into you. Right after that, it was like the next day or 2 days later, it was another show, and I came to perform Larry Bird. That was the single I had out at the time. Right, it was that
Status. That was that Status. I remember
I came
that.
to perform Larry Bird, and then you was there, and after I performed Larry Bird, you popped at me, and it was just kind of like, history after that. You know what I'm saying? We just been browsed after that building. You know what I'm saying? Blood's gonna make us closer. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot all about them Status shows too.
Yeah, you forgot.
Them used to bang.
Man, we banged out the Status. We done been doing things for a while, man. Man.
You know what's crazy though? Like a lot of artists is popping in the city too was performing at Status too. Like I want to say like T Grizzly and them was on that show that night because they used to be in Status all the time, man.
I know DZ was he was on them shows around there.
Yeah, they used to DZ used to be at the shows. T Grizzly, JR, Lee, All Star Lee, they used to be at Status all the time. I believe they performed at the shows.
Well, for sure.
I know Lee Pops.
Now, the next question, man, I want to ask, when we going to expect, we know you got the Finesse Guy, we know you got your ventures, so when we can expect the Add Me Up Gang project to come?
The Add Me Up Gang project, it's pretty much ready to go after all the hits we got, man. Right. All the hits we got, we done put together. It's just, it's all up to putting the date on.
What would you think took so long to make the date, happen?
I don't know, letting bros just kind of grind, just showing their own personal grind, and that way, when the Add Me Up Gang project do drop, it's like all these guys is like hard working individuals, and then they still take the time and put it together as a unit and be, and be like this powerful movement, and we all got our own following, so it's just like, it's a power movement, a wave, they don't even know.
Now for you, now this is for whichever one of y'all can answer this. Why, with y'all moving so strong as a solo artist, is it hard for y'all to come together as a group and focus on Add Me Up Gang as a group with everybody so successful solo?
No, I don't
is
think
it
so.
Is it an ego thing in the group, or?
I don't actually think so at all. I think as solo artists, we actually have already established ourselves well enough to feel like, when we come together, we've established ourselves to where we can put, our stuff to the side and focus on, the bigger picture.
Now, artists and this is for you too, Fan, you can answer this too. Out of Add Me Up Gang, of course everybody want to work with everybody, but who do you be like, okay, that you haven't got to work with, really in the group, that you like, I can't wait to put something together with this artist, that one.
Shit, me and Ace Envy, we gotta put something together. I've been plotting on something too. I've just been keeping it secret.
What about
Me.
you, Stack?
Me, me and Envy and Taylor, we got that fire coming. You know.
Oh, yeah.
We got that one fire coming. But I want to work with Ace for sure. You know what I'm saying? Ace of PSC. You know what I'm saying? That's my bro. And really, he family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On the low key, so you know.
We gotta make something
we
happen.
definitely gotta make something happen. It's something in the works though. We've been talking on the trip.
We're gonna make Hustle start rapping too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hustle got it.
I want
Yeah.
Hustle to be on song rapping.
Yeah. What about
He'll
you?
be like the Birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, you know what I'm saying, fans, Stack, it's just about everybody, man. Like, I've actually, took time out to actually do my research. I listen to these guys' music, man, and it's hot. It's hot. So, I mean, I can't wait. This has been a long time coming, and I'm just waiting. I'm just being patient. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to fall into place. When it does, it's going to be fire.
Now, 500. Now, for you, how did this finesse guy? Because I seen that you've been working on this since your release from prison.
Yeah.
So how did this finesse guy come about?
Really, the finesse guy, man. Most of the finesse guy was actually wrote. During my first days in prison. You know what I'm saying? When I first went to prison, I pretty much wrote, especially From the Hustle. From the Hustle was one of the first songs I wrote. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
23-hour lockdown. You know what I'm saying?
That was the first one you
Quarantine,
recorded when you
know what I'm
came
saying?
home.
Jackson, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I wrote that shit in quarantine. Just reflecting on life. Everything I had did, been through. It came out like that.
It was a nice project. I got a chance. I actually, of course, I bought the album. And I checked it out.
It was the
a
first
nice-
one about it.
Yeah, hey, you guys just be on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll shoot video for that.
yeah. It was a nice tape. It was a nice joint. But I noticed the same thing like with Royce when he dropped Medicine. I see a trend going. Y'all don't do too many features outside of Add Me Up Gang. Is that an A-Mug trend or why? Because why is it like that? You already answered that. Fan. He already answered.
Oh, okay. You want me to answer that? All right, look. I feel like that a lot of people out here they got what I'm saying. It's good music in the city. City coming up. So a lot of people got what I'm saying followers. You know what I'm saying, big followers. So as a Add Me Up Gang member, you know what I'm saying. I look at my bros like brothers. So I want to see all my bros shine. I want to see all my bros win. So. If I'm creating a wave or fan creating a wave, you know what I'm saying, and we on each other, you know what I'm saying, side and we putting together that music, you know what I'm saying, with each other, that wave gonna follow everybody. You know what I'm saying? We create our own following. You know what I'm saying? We create our own buzz. We ain't gotta get our name off nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because then we done created that. Now they come to fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we done built that.
And they can't be like, "Oh, I made you," and shit.
No, you ain't made me. I ain't
Do
get
y'all ever? Now let me ask you this question too. Now, Fan, of course, he dropped a phenomenal EP. Medicine was phenomenal. Now
It's not an EP; it's an album.
It's an album. Okay.
It don't say EP on there. It's an album. It's enough. It's enough minutes.
Well, I thought it was EP because the number of songs.
No, 7 songs an album. Now look at Kanye, look at Nas, look at Pusha T.
Well, look, the question is like when you see, okay, Roy's dropping a phenomenal project, do you hear that making finesse guy like, oh man, I gotta outdo this, or I gotta, do it create a sense of like I gotta really come on my A game because Big Bro dropped this epic, you know what I'm saying, work. So how did you feel pressured dropping it?
Of course you feel pressure, you know what I'm saying? Because Steel Sharp is Steel. My brother came with something hot, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta, I gotta match the hot. You know what I'm saying? I gotta match it or, match it, top it or whatever. Because every project or every song, every time we get in that studio, that booth, you know what I'm saying, it gets better. So we just get better every time.
I think for me, it made, because like when I heard Races, it made me rethink my track list. And when I heard yours, I had to go twice. So I'm like, I got to keep up with my brothers, man. They just, y'all can't be the only ones dropping all this hot fire out here.
Yeah.
Steel Sharp is Steel.
Yeah. Now,
My brothers keep it. For sure.
now, go ahead, Chris.
I mean, from what I heard, I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? And for my music to still be in progress, I'm just like, man, I gotta be on my A game, man. They dropping hit after hit after hit. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I got some to prove, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it's
Well, you being a new member, I want to ask you this, and you being like really talented because you can sing and rap. So, what direction can we find Ace Envy, and what's the plan for Ace Envy this year? We know you got the A, you on the A Mug album. So, what's did you drop in your own project or?
Yeah, I'm actually dropping my project in August. It's going to be titled The Miseducation of Basically Everything, which is kind of like a piggyback off of Lauryn Hill. That's like one of my biggest influential artists, and that album itself done numbers. And actually, this year is his 20th anniversary since.
Man, and she ain't dropped the album after that. That shit is classic.
And that's
it's banging.
So
20 years later.
Exactly. So I feel like I gotta basically make a continuation of what she spoke about and what she didn't speak about. So basically, yeah. I mean, that's.
So this exclusive premiere that you got on Big Business Gang Radio, it comes from a movie you working on, From the Craft to the Church, I believe. Yes.
Sir.
Now tell us about this record and how it came about and about that process.
Now, for those who are unfamiliar, From the Craft to the Church, it's a Detroit-based movie, basically about a young man basically finding his way out from the struggle from the streets of Schoolcraft. For those who are unfamiliar with the craft means, it's short for Schoolcraft. And basically going through gangs and drugs and women and it's just a whole flurry of just a lot of things and him trying to get himself together with Christ. And basically it's a very inspirational. So it's actually based on a true story and inspired by true events from a guy from a church that I've attended. So the song Set Me Free, basically when I sat down and they asked me to be the executive producer of the soundtrack, I was just like, man, what am I going to do with this? Like I never actually done this before. So Set Me Free came about as I was writing because, I mean, I felt like, it speaks for itself as far as the movie is concerned. The guy, he's trying to be set free from a lot of things that, have held him back so he can get to where he needs to go. And I feel like in life, that's what there's a lot of things that bound us. And basically, you just want to be set free. You just want to be able to make your own path instead of following paths of other people and other artists. So, yeah.
Why did you choose Cartier Tay to be on this record? Like, what was the reasoning?
I felt like it was the right time. And it was in perfect positioning because when I actually wrote it, I wrote it like for like 2 verses. And I'm just like, I need somebody else. I need somebody to feature on here. And, coming out the wing, on A Mug, it was just like, I'm like, this is perfect timing. This is a way that, not only showcase something that, is going to be big for Detroit, but also bring my brother along as well, so we can rep that gang. So, I mean, it was just perfect timing.
Okay, and with that being said, now let you go ahead. Before we get to that, let you introduce it. Y'all ready for this Sunday?
Yeah.
Born ready, bro.
What can we expect this Sunday when we see y'all perform?
Y'all need to get possessed on stage. That's all I'm saying.
Basically.
And like all the people that's fans, like we don't need y'all sitting in y'all chair, chicken wings and drinking. We need y'all front line on stage and jumping around and shit. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna make sure I call all the ladies out. Y'all go come to the stage. Y'all the same way y'all go twerk to Jeezy, the same way y'all go twerk to A-Mo. Fuck all that shit.
Now,
Funny ass, throw that ass.
Hey.
We gonna find all the way to come up Sunday. Man. Y'all come out to $5 Sundays at 311 Ultramar.
now, with that being said, go ahead and introduce the world your new single.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the new single based off of the soundtrack for From the Craft to the Church. It is Set Me Free, myself, Ace Envy, featuring my man's right here, Cartier Tay, A Mug.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't never heard.
Radio. Every Thursday, 5 to 6.